We're going to do a shout-out segment. Krystal, you ready for that?
I think so.
I think you're ready. Krystal requested that she be here for a shout-out. So we'll do that. And then quick pitch. And then we're going to talk about Wandering Dolezal. Shout-out. Wait, then play the Alex Jones one, would you? Oh, okay. I missed the Alex Jones one.
It's a nice setup you guys have.
It's nice, yeah?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Let's get to the shout-out. Shout-out. Creepy. Shout-out. Weird. I think that's creepy.
I just feel totally comfortable with this again.
Shout-out. This is crazy. Shout-out.
We're big Alex Jones fans.
This is out of control. Shout-out. That's creepy. Shout-out.
Particularly
hometown hero, yeah.
Hometown hero of Austin.
Crazy. Shout-out.
I used to see him on public TV actually all the time growing up. It sort of scarred me.
There was one of the funny. We have to dig it up. He went on. He was outside live streaming in some bar, and what I loved was that. And this was like the proof that, I don't think Alex Jones super respects his audience. So he's sitting there. Yeah, I'm just being diplomatic. And he's there, and he's just like, we're here because we gotta protect our children. And then,
It's good.
And then this guy comes up to him, and the guy has a look of. I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on the plane, so I have this on the brain. The look of somebody who would be in the Manson family, and he walks up to Alex Jones, and he's just like, "Hey, Alex, I got, we've got a streaming site which NSA can't track, or something like that." And Alex Jones is like, it's awesome because he does his version of the universal, like, it's great, brother, email netscape.org, Alex, whatever, get out.
Right.
And the guy orders, oh my God, you're a genius, Matt. Do we actually have this?
He caught Q-tip.
It's up. Oh yeah, this is it.
Complacency.
All right, let's play this for a second.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Milo.
How are you doing, man? Big listener. God bless you.
By the way, I just want to let you know, I own InfoWarsMusic.com.
That's awesome. Did you see us online? Just come in there.
I saw you on Facebook Live. Yeah, I'm the Spider-Man guy on 6th Street.
Oh, great job, brother.
Have you heard about me?
I have.
Yeah, I went into the.
Look at that beer. He's ready to sit down.
The Muslim thing, the taxpayer funding of the schools. And I went there with my costume and my Trump shirt in the Capitol. And it's on YouTube.
We're all laughing.
I saw it spiral. I'm going to scram, but I'm going to get your drink. Boom. I got to go right now.
I want to set up InfoWarsMusic.com. That's why I moved to Austin, Texas. Can you help me do it?
Rob D.R.
OBD.
OBD.
And Infowars.com.
Say it again.
ROBD and Infowars.
I ran to some lady. She's like, I bet you're Infowars guy.
All right. We'll get back to the show. But anyway, I just love how big that beer is.
Right. He's ready. He's ready for the long haul with that one.
He's like, oh, no. I'm not going. I just ordered like a fucking German championship size.
Like, no, we're friends. And we're going to be even better friends by the end of the night.
David, what's the shout out that we have? And then we will do a short pitch and get to it.
This is just something that's been going on this week. It's been very massive and exciting, inspiring. It's called Moms for Housing. And in Oakland, where there's a horrible crisis when it comes to affordable housing, for women who've been living in shelters actually have moved their families into a massive house in Oakland that has been empty for something around 3 years. It's owned by a corporation called Wedgwood Holding Company. And they've basically said, hey, we have a housing crisis. Mm-hmm. There's empty houses. Let's house people. So they moved their family in there, and unfortunately this week the police ended up evicting them, showing up at 5 a.m. with the SWAT team,
with a
tank actually.
Oh my God!
And but they're fearless.
Well,
this is after.
I just have to say, this is what I mean. It sounds melodramatic when you say that there are parallels between the favela I'm in yesterday and what's happening in the United States. This is a direct analogy.
I think you're absolutely right. And, this is a short clip of them speaking after the fact. And it's just something I wanted to shout out because, one, it was very brave of them to make this movement in the first place. And two, they're continuing to fight and bring awareness to this crucial issue.
Mobilizing over 300 people in 15 minutes.
That's right.
That's what we did because we all care and we all have humanity and we want to change this system that has 4,000 to 6,000 people sleeping on the streets right now. And if you're not angry, you should get angry that our tax dollars went to this extreme force to evict mothers and children at 5 o'clock in the morning. We are saying no. We are here. We're standing with Misty and Talani and Jesse. They took them in handcuffs. We're coming to get you. We're coming to get you.
You have thoughts, Krystal?
I do. That word humanity, it's easy to sort of throw it around. But the reality is it doesn't matter what city you're in these days. You cannot walk down a street without stepping over a body of a human being who is living there unsheltered, exposed to elements, sometimes with mental health issues that go untreated, but often just a mother who can't make it, right? And it's not only damaging to that person's humanity to live in those conditions, which are, abhorrent, and how can we turn the other way? But it's asks of all of us to undermine our own humanity, to live, to allow those conditions to persist. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot because, I live in DC, you guys are here, I spent time in San Francisco, no matter where you go, because housing costs have gotten so incredibly out of control, even at the same time that, supposedly the economy is great, supposedly unemployment's low, et cetera, et cetera. But we are not a society when we look at one another and don't even see another human being. So when she raises that word of humanity, it is so important. I think, if I had to say sort of the bedrock principle of my politics, it is just like the baseline of humanity that exists in every human being. It's really that simple, right? That we don't exclude anyone from that we don't say some people are worthy of having that humanity and dignity recognized and other people aren't. So it's unbelievable, the courage it takes to step out and do what those women are doing and the price they're paying.
And the price that we have a sense of the price they're paying. We have this up?
We just put it up.
Okay, we played that in B-roll. Yeah, that's incredible. And again, that really is there'll be a lot more when that interview comes out. But that I started to understand. I focus on the international. I think Brazil matters. I think all of this stuff. But why do I like this guy Lula so much? Why do I think it matters so much? It's because that's his whole message as a president, is that I have never seen, I think obviously Bernie Sanders does. This guy, I asked him about the Uber economy, and he's sitting there, both as a president and this and that, but also certainly as somebody who has his own, facing his own persecutions. And he is the idea of even he just had this image of he's like a guy delivering pizza in the rain who wasn't warm enough, disturbs him. He's like, that can't be. And it can't be. Why is it when I'm president that the rich can come in without a security check and the poor can't talk to their president? That's wrong. And I think that, that very basic humanity, and so many people want to obscure it for so many different reasons. You just watched a Michael Brooks show video. Subscribe to get them all. Why wouldn't you? Don't be foolish. Click subscribe below and become a patron as well. Patreon.com/TMBS. Thanks, everybody.